Hey guys, Alex9758 here today, and as you can see in the title of today's video, I'll be telling you guys my perfect squad for FPL Game Week 25. Now this is perfect if you have a free hit or a wild card. Luckily I had my free hit, and that's why I'm going to be showing you what I use my free hit on. So I'll be showing you first the starting squad, and I'm going to be going from the attack down to the defense. Now just to let you guys know, all the starting players are all players from Luton, Brentford, Man City and Liverpool, because they all have double game weeks. And my logic is, even if they don't get any goals or assists or clean sheets or any of those types of points, they will still all get at least 2 points, which will mean 4 points, so that they will all get at least 4 points. But we all know some of them will get goals and assists. So I definitely went for that, even though there is some players who have decent fixtures, for example Saka, but I did not choose him because he won't get me the double game week. So anyways, the first striker and probably the most expected player on this list is Erling Haaland. I have him captained, and I do have to say there's no reason not to pick him, unless you don't have the budget for it. But if you're doing this squad, you will have the budget for him. He's a perfect pick. He doesn't have the best fixtures for the double game week, but he will still score. I'm not going to explain any more because it's quite obvious why you choose Haaland. The next pick on my list is Nunez, and he is a very good one. Klopp loves to choose him a lot, even though I don't think he is the best pick for them. But he will get loads of opportunities, and he more than likely will get a goal or an assist, hopefully in both games. So yeah, I think Nunez is a really good pick, and that's the second striker. The third striker is Morris. Now you can go between him or Adebayo, but I chose Morris because he's more consistent. Even though Adebayo's form is better, it's only because he scored a hat-trick recently and scored a goal or two in the last few games. But Morris is way more consistent and scores at least one goal or assist nearly every game. He also plays as their striker, whereas Adebayo, at least by the lineups, looks like he plays on either the left wing or in the centre. I don't watch Luton games, so I don't know, but I do know that Morris is their centre striker, so he has the best opportunities. I also think Morris takes their penalties as well, so that's another reason. For the midfield, I went for Jota. I don't think I have to explain this at all. Now you can go between him or Salah. I was really stuck between the two of them, but I went for budget wise. The reason Jota is a really good pick is because he's been in top form. But the only problem with him is that he is going to be stuck for time because Salah will be competing with him, and Klopp seems to favour Diaz and Nunez over Jota, even though Jota is miles better than either of them. So yeah, Jota or Salah, you can choose between the two of them, but that's a definite pick for one of them too. Next one is Kevin De Bruyne. I already made a video talking about him, so I'm not even going to explain why. If you know anything about football, you know you have to choose Kevin De Bruyne. The next one on my list is Ross Barkley. This is because obviously he's playing for Luton, so he has the 2 games, and he's their top assister. He gets a shocking amount of goals and assists for Luton, which is actually really impressive, and he's really working well in the system for Luton. And if he works well with Morris and Adebayo, he could get a lot of goals and assists. The next on the list is Foden. This is because he's the best Man City midfielder left. And I'm not doing any Man City defenders because I want to fully take advantage of Man City. And he's the best on the list. The other two were Bernardo Silva and Rodri. Unfortunately, Rodri doesn't have a good chance of getting any goals or assists. And Bernardo Silva is injured, and Klopp decided in the last Premier League game not even to give him any game time. But Foden has been in terrific form, especially with that hat-trick. So I chose Phil Foden. The next one is the defence, and this is Reguilon. Now this is probably the weirdest one, and the one that I would be okay if you changed up. This is the one that I'm doubting the most, because he just joined Brentford, but he did get an assist. And he's been in decent form, but he's only played 2 games for Brentford, and one of them he was subbed on, so I don't know if he's a consistent starter. But for Brentford, he's the most exciting defender on Brentford's list. He's not actually in the best form out of them, but for me, Reguilon is a fantastic player, and I think he could do wonders, so that's the player I chose. He also fits my budget quite well. The next on the defence is Virgil van Dijk. Now this can be swapped around with Robertson or Connor Bradley. They're the 3 players. Now Connor Bradley, he might not get game time, or he might not get started. It's all questioning whether Joe Gomez will get started or whether Connor Bradley will, because Trent Alexander-Arnold is out. But my choice is Virgil van Dijk, but Robertson is a very good shout. It's between him or Robertson, really. And personally, I chose Van Dijk, but it's literally 50-50. The next on my list is Alfie Doughty. Do I even need to explain him? He's probably the best Luton player at the moment. He's one of the best defenders in the Prem, let alone Luton. And I'm going for players that not for clean sheets, because I never like to rely on clean sheets because that's so inconsistent. So Alfie Doughty gets a lot of assists and occasionally a goal, and he was at one stage getting an assist nearly every game. He has dropped in form slightly, but we don't have any more Man City or Liverpool players or sorry, I do actually have one more Brentford player, but I have no more Man City or Liverpool players, and Luton's defence is better than Brentford's, especially with Alfie Doughty. Now the goalkeeper I went for was Flecken, because Flecken in that game against Man City, he saved so many shots on target, and the game after that he saved more than 3 shots on target as well. So as I said, I'm not going for clean sheets because I can't rely on that. I also don't want to waste my Liverpool and Man City players on goalkeeper, and Flecken's been in terrific form, and his shots on target is insane. So Flecken is the next one. Now we're on to the bench. So the GK I went for in the bench is David Raya. That's because Arsenal have been in terrific form as well with that 6-0 win against West Ham, and they're against the second worst team in the Prem with Burnley. So they should get a lot of goals and hopefully keep a clean sheet. The next on my list is the only guy that has a double game week that isn't going to be starting, and that is Jensen. And that's because out of all the players, he was just the most unreliable, apart from Reguilon. But Reguilon has to be there because I need 3 defenders. And Jensen has a good few assists. He's the best Brentford player in the midfield, so I decided to go for him. That's about it. And then for the next one is an Arsenal defender. It's Gabriel. Do I even need to explain? He's been in terrific form, scoring goals and assists, and he has the best chance out of all the teams of getting a clean sheet. The other one is Saliba for the exact same reason. So that's the whole squad. Now I would personally be using for chips, I would be using a bench boost. Now I know that's questionable because triple captaining Holland is really, it looks really good. But the thing is, Holland is playing Chelsea and Brentford. Now with Brentford, Flecken went insane that game, but I do think Holland can improve on that. But Chelsea's the one where Chelsea are so inconsistent that I can't tell whether Chelsea will do good or bad. So I don't want to waste my triple captain on Holland. Well, I already have used my triple captain, but I'm speaking for you guys. I wouldn't risk my triple captain on Holland. I was thinking of Jota, but Jota's not good either because Salah is coming in to compete with him, and the rest of the players aren't consistent enough. Maybe Kevin De Bruyne, but I wouldn't rely on him because he never gets major points. So personally, I'd be using a bench boost for this week, if you have it available. If not, use a triple captain if you still have it but don't have bench boost. But if you're using wildcard or free hit like myself, you won't have the ability to do any of them. And the Arsenal, I went for 3 Arsenal players outside of the double game week teams because Arsenal obviously have the best fixture and they have been in terrific form. So that's pretty much it. I know it's a longer video than usual, but I wanted to go into depth about this before Game Week 25 actually started, and I want to see how well my squad does. Now, just to give you reference, this squad is actually a different squad. You may have seen that I actually triple captained Holland. That's because it's not my main squad, it's just an extra squad I made so that I can show you guys the squad I would have went for if I still had all my chips left. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.